Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. I'm Miss Izzy, and today I'm going to be talking about how I am not Wiccan, how I am a different kind of witch entirely. There are so many different paths to choose. You can be a Celtic witch, you can follow the Wiccan path if you really want, you can be a Christian witch. You don't have to be that one generic thing that everyone sees and thinks. Now, I've been told that the reason why people think this is a Wiccan show and that I'm a Wiccan witch is because I seem to be so absolutely happy and so absolutely adorable and just like I was told that I have too much light and happiness oozing from my eyes and that I'm just too much. I have to be a Wiccan. Well, that's a stereotype and you probably need to check that. But no, I am not Wiccan and I do not subscribe to the Wiccan Read. What is the Wiccan Read? Well, I have a full copy and it's a long one, but I'm just going to sum it up with some of the main parts that really tell me why I'm not Wiccan. Well, one of them being that the Wiccan path says, which it has an adorable part at the beginning where it's bind within the law you must in perfect love and perfect trust. It makes me think of Tinkerbell at Pixie Hollow, which is like, oh, wow. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Oh, lovely. Witchcraft? Maybe. But, anyway. And that one is, God, it's okay. Live you must and let you live. Fairly take and fairly give. Okay, so that's cool. It's a give and take. There's an ebb and flow, stop and go. I get this. This is some pretty easy stuff. All right. But then it says later how, like the rule of 3. Like it's going to come back at you in 3. Why does it have to come back at me in 3? Why do I have to believe this idea? I do not. I do not subscribe to the idea that I do something that's going to come back at me at 3. Yes, I believe in karma, but I believe in a karma that is extending over multiple lifetimes. Sure, there's probably some small amount of karma at play in regular life for everyday little things, but karma is an aspect that takes over lifetimes to actually take effect, basically. Karma is something that what you do in this life affects your next life. It's not immediately in this one. And no, cursing an abuser or cursing an ignoramus, these aren't things that are going to get you in the doghouse in this life. They're not going to get you in the doghouse in the next life. That's standing up for yourself. I am not a curse-happy witch, but I am a happy-to-curse witch. I love curses. I'm going to do a book review eventually on Hexes, Curses, and Crossings by S. Connolly, which is a lovely book. I recommend it. It's so beautiful. I love the detail. It's so cute. But yeah, I am not Wiccan. I do curse. And sure, love and light, but most neo-Wiccans, I do not agree with a lot of the history that they teach when it isn't accurate. I don't agree with some of the ideas that are present in their path. My path leans more towards the Fae, but I also venture into other practices. I venture a little into working with the Loa. I work with Legba, Papa Legba. I work with different gods and goddesses because, as I've thought about before, I am empathic. And I also have ADHD, and I thought, well, with the way that I study magic and the way that I encounter gods, what if they're related? What if maybe this God, because I don't think the gods and goddesses have time to visit everyone. I really don't think they care that much. But they probably visit some people. They're like, oh, that one's cute. I'll go see them for a few minutes. I mean, whatever. They made me some rice and some steak. I'll be like, okay, just for a second, just to taste it. All right, just stop in. Okay, cool, that's good. Well, they won't go to everybody. Well, what if they're just flying by in some spirit essence, kind of like from Spirited Away? They're just zooming by. And I just catch on to that energy, and that's why I suddenly have like these spontaneous urges to study something. I'm just like, oh, I'd really like to study Huna and the Polynesian witchcraft tradition, basically. All right. Oh, hey, Icelandic magic. Let's study that now. That'd be really cool. Oh, what? Haitian voodoo specifically for the 5th time? Okay, here we go. And that's how started with working with Papa Legba, because for like the billionth time in 2 years, another book has been thrown at me specifically on Haitian voodoo. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm studying that now. I got your hint. I'll read. I'll do it. I'll see what I can do. But that's one of the things I've thought about, is that maybe they'll fly by and I just get that sense. And maybe that's what impacts the way I study and the way that I interact with the spirits. That's why there's not really one specific that just calls out to me, because maybe I'm just working with them as they pass through. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I haven't stopped on one. And that's okay. I think it's okay. I'm happy because I work with the gods and goddesses, and I respect each one of them and their traditions. And if they're not for me, I let them know. I say, hey, I'm good, but this isn't working out. And I just let them know, because that's what you do. You don't just drop a friend. You don't ghost them, especially not when they're deities. That's a really bad idea. But I don't really find myself working with more Wiccan aspects within these practices. Most of the time it is more, I'm going to do me and you can do you and we're good. But as long as you're not a jerk and just cursing random people, I don't think it really matters whether I'm Wiccan or not. I haven't defined what I am. I just know that I work in the fairy faith, and I define myself by that one identifier. But I do so many other things. I work with love. I work with joy. I work with so much prosperity, money, and just happiness in general. I do so many spells for making myself happy and making sure that I am okay, because I do have a mental illness. I have severe depression, like clinically diagnosed. Like there's an imbalance up here, not just like I'm depressed right now and I'm going to get over it, but like I'm having a problem and it just constantly goes back and it won't just leave. And that's fine. That's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have these feelings, just like it's okay to curse. We're all not perfect. Like, we're just not. If my putting you in a little jar and shaking it up with all the sharp things that I can find, because you are just a horrible being and you are just ignorant and you talk crap about my trans friends, or you talk crap about witches and their path because you don't agree with it, well, listen here. You're going in a jar. And I'm going to put you in the dark because that's where you want to stay. Maybe I do that. Maybe I'm feeling like blessing someone. And today I will bless you to feel the way that you treat others and feel that feeling yourself. Maybe today I bless you to keep being the way you are until you hurt everyone and are alone and you realize that you've done wrong. Maybe that's what I do. Who knows? Who knows? It's honestly, it's my magic and it's how I do it. And you can do your magic any way you want to do it. I'm not going to judge you. You do you, boo. That's how I feel. I personally do curse, and I study curses, and I love understanding curses. I love understanding breaking curses. I love understanding different things, because maybe a curse for you is a blessing to someone else. I know a curse that is to, like, it seems like a blessing, but I consider it a curse. It's to help someone in their relationship to suddenly realize their love for someone. It's like, that's horrible. It's supposed to be a love spell, but it sounds like a curse, because it basically is saying that this person is going to love you no matter what, magically. Like, people change. Why would you want to tie someone to someone else like that? But maybe somebody somewhere can find some use for it that doesn't sound rapey. Not me. I read it and I'm like, okay, that's a cool thing. I'm glad I can see this. Maybe you could use it in a situation where you alter the spell so that they'll actually care about someone that they need to care about. Like maybe a mother and their child, and the mom just doesn't care for some random reason. Like they're just not cool. Maybe you need a spell to calm down with making the children. That can be found as a blessing to help with prevent like baby making. which people have done in conjunction with actual physical birth control and have failed because they just used something they tried. They tried and they noted, hey, I messed up. Their number 3 is on the way. Well, okay, that's funny. No, you can use it in a positive way. You can use that in a negative way. It's honestly how you view it. I've seen someone who used a love slaves, like sex slave spell to help spice up their relationship, and the husband and wife did it together because they wanted to help them have that physical connection because they were having the problem connecting, and it actually worked out great for them, and they were so happy because they had all this emotional love, but they didn't have any of the physical fire for some reason. And they used this spell that could be used in a darker way, but they didn't. They used it together and it became positive. It's honestly how you spin on it. So yes, I'm not Wiccan, and yes, I do curses. So you can think that I'm a bad person, but I don't think I am. And you're entitled to your opinion. I am happy to fight for you to have your right to your opinion. I can disagree with your opinion all day long. I'm glad you have it. I'm glad we're all different. I don't want to be a cookie cutter. That's great. I mean, I like cookies, but I'm terrible at making them, and I don't like them all to look the same. But I'm not Wiccan, and I've heard it a lot. I lean towards the fairy faith, but in a Celtic sense. And I work with so many deities. Too many to define myself. Although usually I work a lot with deities of either love and chaos, or I work with death and sometimes decay. I really like the morbid, dark things. I work with these things and I adore them. For me, that is just normal. For me, that is perfect. I love learning about the chaos because my life is pretty chaotic. And understanding the chaos while also seeking the balance is brilliant. I've had a lot of death in my life. Unnecessary death, sad death, but it's okay. Because I don't have to think that they're rotting in the ground or that they're nothing anymore. I can think that they are helping me as my ancestors should. That they're helping me as family who now know more things than I do. Or who maybe have moved on to a new life. Maybe they've moved on to a new cycle. Who knows? That'd be pretty cool. Like, what's up, Grams? What? Be like, who are you? How do I know you? I just had a feeling and I said things and now I don't know what's happening. And you would find this out and that'd be really cool. But that's just me. That's just what I think. That's just what I like. I don't like being defined in this one way. I love labels, but you can't define something with one label like mayonnaise because we're people. We're a lot more complex. And because I don't subscribe to this one path, I just wanted to make it clear. I'm not trying to say this path is wrong. You can do anything you want to do and be as happy as you want to be and bless everyone and never curse and never look at a book that's too dark to be in your shop of light and happiness. That's okay. I'm gonna do me. You do you, I'll do me. So this has just been a really fun video to talk about my path and the things that I like to do and study and reinterpret, because really I feel that witchcraft is more, it's not just a way to react in your religion and in your practice, because it is a practice. It's also a philosophy. You can really look at the different aspects and break it up so that it's not one thing. And so below, I wouldn't mind if you all commented the different paths that you take, the different things that you like to study. What contradicts what you're told your label is or what people think your label is when they first see you? What do you believe? Let me know. Comment below. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. And before you go, I just want to show off my hat because it has a bell on the back. That's a bunny. And it makes me happy because it's the sound cleansing thing. As I walk, it makes me feel like I'm blessing the ground I walk on. and it feels wonderful. It makes me so happy and so dear. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope to cast a spell with you in the next video.